Is everybody here?
Yeah, everybody's here.
Mary's class here?
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here. Oh my gosh.
Everybody is here.
Okay, so very quickly, who am I? And what did I write? So we need to say hello. All right, so the thing is, we don't know who you are. So let's introduce ourselves, starting with Glorianne, and then we'll move our way over. Okay, so Glorianne, do you have one person who could tell us who you are, where you are, what grade you are, and all that good stuff?
Guys, you need to scoot down a little bit.
We know that
you can see who we are and where we're from. Scoot down, Hayden. Scoot that way. Scoot that.
I think I need my hat.
Oh, we know that you want to know where we are.
Of course we do.
We are on South America.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to, the map is great. Could you speak up so everybody can hear you and tell us what grade you are?
We are on South America.
Yep.
Here is our country that is called Argentina.
What's the name of the country?
Argentina.
Argentina. What's the language you speak there normally?
What language do you speak?
Spanish.
They are Spanish speakers studying English. They're doing a great job, aren't they? Yeah, it's amazing.
We were wondering if we were near Brazil or not. Say, we are near Brazil.
And we are near Brazil.
Oh, they're close to Brazil. So what grade are you guys?
She's asking them.
We're talking to the people in Argentina first. So what grade are you?
What?
What grade?
Look at that grade. What grade are you?
We are on 5th form.
Yep, 5th form. And you say form instead of grade, right?
Yes, the two. We understand and use both. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Which is the correct one? Which is the American form? The way.
Grade, but it doesn't matter. Or level, it doesn't matter. All right, so everybody else. Ms. Heights, Ms. Maston, Ms. Carlson, can we say hello to Argentina?
Hello.
All right, Mrs. Heights, could one of your kids introduce your class and tell us where you are and what grade and all that stuff?
Right up here so they can do and hear you. Got to come duck down a little bit.
Be sure and talk really loud.
Up a little bit. So we're from Hutchinson. Right there. Look right into there. You can see yourself. Right
Hi, who are you?
Go up a little bit. Go up a little bit. So we're from Hutchinson, Minnesota.
We're from Hutchinson, Minnesota.
What country is that in?
First grade.
First grade. What country is that? Are you in Canada?
United States of America.
The United States of America. So everybody, can we say hello to Mrs. Heights' class?
Hello.
All right, Mrs. Massman. I see your kids there. Who's going to introduce them? Come up and talk loud so we can hear.
She's got it.
Me? We are Mrs. Massman's 3rd grade class in Blairsburg, Iowa, United States of America.
United States of America. All right, everybody. Hello. Fabulous. Okay, then now we have Mrs. Carlson's class. Where are you guys? Talk loud.
Talk right into the camera. There you go.
Hi, this is Mrs. Carlson's 2nd grade class.
From Virginia.
From Virginia.
You're in Virginia. Is that in England?
See, no, United States.
No, the United States.
United States. And what's your name?
Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. It's nice to meet you. So now we're going to say hello to you, okay?
Say okay.
Everybody? Thank you very much. Okay, so you guys are all reading what book? Yes, all right. So, Viviana, can one of your students please tell me who Newton is? Is Newton a person in the book?
Here she comes.
Good. Who is Newton?
Who's Newton?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to give an answer?
Just checking to be sure we all understand before I start reading.
Okay. Come on.
Who is Newton?
Newton is a dog that the main character of the story, and
Is he telling the story?
Is he? Can you tell us again?
Is Newton telling the story?
Is he
Yes.
telling the story?
yes,
So Newton is the main character. He's a dog. What kind of dog?
golden retriever.
Golden retriever. All right. Perfect. All right. So we know who Newton is. He's the main character. He's a golden retriever, and he's telling the story. Mrs. Massman's class, can you tell me who Jabber is? Who is Jabber? He a dog too?
Jabber is a boy.
He's a boy. And why is he called Jabber?
Because he talks a lot.
He talks a lot. And what are his favorite hobbies? What does he like to do?
Skateboard.
And?
Slam poetry.
And poetry. All right. Thank you. All right. So, Mrs. Heights' class, who is Kylie? Who is Kylie? She's not a dog? No dog? Okay. Somebody tell me who Kylie is. Tell me about Kylie. I'll give you a hint.
Violin. She likes the
Plays the violin. And does she play the violin only a little bit?
Yes.
She practices all the time. She practices too much, I think. All right, so Mrs. Carlson's class, I saved the hardest question for you, okay?
Can we read the whole book?
Are you ready?
The whole book?
That's ready for the question.
I'm going to show you somebody else in the story, and I'd like you to tell me who it is, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let me try to share my screen. Can you all see this?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you know. Kate.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Carlson's class, somebody tell me who this is and what in the world is this critter doing?
Come on up. This is Katie. Katie, go ahead.
It's Newton.
Do you think?
No, it's big.
Does everybody agree that this is Newton?
No.
I think it's
Okay,
Midge. Go ahead.
They think it's Midge.
they think it's Midge. What kind of dog is Midge?
I know what kind of dog Midge is. You remember?
It's
not a golden
retriever.
No, Midge is not a golden retriever. Newton's a golden retriever.
Well, you know what? We can ask the other kids. Let's ask Mrs. Massman's class. Mrs. Massman's class, do you know what kind of dog? Midge is, what kind of dog is Midge?
Midge is a beagle.
A beagle. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, and what is she doing, Mrs. Heights' class? What is she doing?
Ellen, what's she doing?
She's jumping from the
She's playing
Jumping
fly ball.
over a jump, right?
The kid said she's playing fly ball.
Yes. Yes. All right. Does everybody know what fly ball is now?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Viviana's class, could you tell us, just give us a short description of fly ball, what fly ball is, so we all know, make sure we know?
Would you like to explain fly ball? All right, come on. Claudia, yes, just a second.
Okay.
Explain what
I'm
fly ball
going to stop sharing my screen now.
He doesn't know. All right. Who knows? He says he doesn't know.
Who knows what fly ball is?
Game.
Our class?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we asked Viviana's class. Let's see if they know. 1 sec.
Okay.
Hi, I am Fabrizio. Skyball is a game for dogs that
Dogs, yeah.
the dogs jump a fence and they grab the ball and run where they start so another dog can do the same.
Yes, that's very good description. So it's a relay race for dogs, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
I want you guys to know, just for your information, and you can watch later, but these students in Argentina made a fly ball game for people.
Yes.
So you can watch it on the video and get instructions on their blog. So I encourage you to try. It's a lot of fun.
They did that Friday, they posted. it.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Are we ready to read? Now, who can tell me what is my rule about groups of 3? Who remembers? Tammy? Do your kids remember?
Come again, I'm sorry.
What's the rule for groups of 3? Who knows?
The rule for groups of 3.
One of them has to go twice.
One of them has to go twice. Okay.
We don't know.
Thank you. Mrs. Hikes, do you remember the rule for words of groups of 3?
Oh, words of groups of 3. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We didn't quite understand. When we have 3 words in a row, what do we do? Go ahead, Brayden. Sorry.
We repeat it loudly.
We repeat it loudly. Okay, so we practice. Shall we practice?
Sounds good.
All right, we want to practice so everybody understands. When you hear words in groups of 3, repeat after me. And you don't repeat. And you want to repeat so loud the roof comes off, all right?
Yeah.
All right, let's practice. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
No, no, no. This way, this way, this way. Me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't hear you. Okay. That's much better. All right, now, so everybody stretch. And yawn. And get all the wiggles out, okay? All right. Are we ready? Okay, go. Unless you hear words in groups of 3, okay? Here we go. Chapter 11, When Hats Fly. Okay. The first order of business was to welcome our 2 new members to the flyball team. Carl introduced Kylie and Jabber, then handed them each a t-shirt and a hat. With flyball competition starting soon, we thought we should look like an official team. Does that mean the name of our team is Not Perfect? Kathy asked. Not perfect makes us sound dumb, Danny said. Yeah, Morgan agreed, like we're stupid or weird or something. Good heavens, Miss Janaya said. Is that what you think not perfect means? How many of you think not perfect means stupid or weird? Carl asked. All the kids raised their hands. What are some other words you'd like to use to describe not perfect? He asked. Messed up, said Jabber. Broken, said Kylie. The list of negative words kept growing and growing and growing. Ugly, bad, broken, abnormal, strange. Wow, that's really interesting, said Carl, stroking his chin as he does when he's thinking. Miss Maya, can you think of a famous person for me? How about Michael Jordan? Miss Janaya suggested. Does everybody know who Michael Jordan is? Yes, the kids are playing. So he's a pretty good basketball player, don't you think? Carl said. He's better than good. He's the best, said Danny. Well, did you know he missed his shots over 9,000 times? He even missed 26 times when his shot would have won the game. Whoa, said Danny. Let's talk about some more famous people you think are perfect, said Carl. One by one, we added names to the list. Names like Oprah, Abraham Lincoln, Eminem, the Beatles, and Einstein. Most of the names I didn't know and was getting a little sleepy listening to all the talking when Jabber added my name. How about Newton, he said. Suddenly, everyone was looking at me, lying on my side with my tongue hanging out. The second I heard my name, I sat up and wagged my tail to show I was paying attention. Everybody laughed. Yes, what about Newton? Carl asked. His family abandoned him at the shelter because he wasn't a good show dog, said Kylie. Does anybody think Newton is ugly, stupid, messed up, or weird? Carl asked. Well, maybe a little weird, Nick said. Okay, Carl laughed. I'll give you that, but should Newton feel bad because he's not a perfect show dog? No way, no way, no way.
No way!
He's good at other things, said Jabber. That's exactly right, said Carl, and it's the same for all of you. No one is perfect, but we all have something that makes us special. I think Not Perfect is a good name, said Jabber. Me too, said Danny. I changed my mind. Ready to take a vote? Miss Janiyah asked. Raise your hands if you want to call our flyball team the Not Perfect Hat Club team. Each and every hand went up. Fantastic, said Miss Janiyah. Now, what do you say we practice some flyball? So do you guys all agree?
Yeah!
Yes, yes, yes! Okay, you ready for part 2?
Yeah!
Does anybody need to stretch again? Anybody need to stretch again? Can I keep reading? Okay, here we go, part 2. Flyball practice that day was short and confusing. Miss Janiyah had to teach Kylie and Jabber all the rules, and we had to talk about which dogs would work with which people. So in flyball, you have teams, one person and one dog. Okay. Up until now, Miss Janiyah had been practicing with Miss Janiyah and Carl. Now that Jabber and Kylie were on the team, Miss Janiyah and Carl could coach. The only problem was both Kylie and Jabber wanted to practice with me. Newton is the only dog I like, Kylie said. I don't know Midge. But Newton's my buddy, said Jabber. We're a team. Meanwhile, Midge was feeling more and more upset. She crawled under one of the bleachers, put her head on her paws, and sighed. Wow, wow, wow. There's nothing like being the last one picked, she said. I hate flyball. When Miss Janiyah called her to start practice, Midge refused to come out. I think her feelings are hurt, said Kylie. You might be right, Miss Janiyah said. Midge is a very sensitive dog, and she's had a rough life. What do you mean? Kylie asked. When we adopted her with Newton, the shelter worker told me her family didn't want her anymore because she's old. That's not fair, Kylie said. Besides, she's not old. She can still do flyball. I agree, Ms. Janiyah smiled. Do you think you can get her to come out? Kylie thought for a few seconds, then carefully put her violin on the case on the bench. Next, she got down on her hands and knees and peered under the benches. Hi, Midge, she said. Midge is a sucker for attention and couldn't help wagging her tail. Kylie smiled and looked up at Ms. Janiyah. She wagged her tail. Good for you, Ms. Janiyah said, pulling a biscuit from her overall pocket and handing it to Kylie. Why don't you give her a treat? Kylie took the treat and slowly pushed it underneath the bench. Here you go, Midge, she said. I have a treat for you. Midge gently took the treat from Kylie's fingers and wagged her tail even harder. Good, good, good. What do I do now? Kylie asked. Tell her she has to come out if she wants another treat, Miss Janiyah said, handing Kylie another biscuit. Then, when she comes out, make a big fuss about what a good dog she is. That should do the trick. Okay, said Kylie. She bent down and held the second treat just out of Midge's reach. Come on, Midge, it's okay. I want to play fly ball with you. Sniffing loudly, Midge followed the treat out from under the bleachers. When she was all the way out and sitting politely, Kylie offered her the treat. Good girl, Midge, Kylie said, stroking her head. You're a good girl. Well done, said Miss Janiyah, handing Kylie a leash. Now clip this leash to her collar and let's go practice. From that moment on, Kylie and Midge were inseparable. Midge was small and didn't move too fast, and Kylie was always gentle and careful to make sure Midge understood what she was supposed to do. I like this kid, said Midge while we were getting a drink of water. She's great, great, great. She's got class. I think the feeling is mutual, I said. Kylie is special. Meanwhile, Jabber and I became a great team, too. I didn't have to worry about accidentally bumping or scaring him, and he liked to wrestle, too. It seemed the new Not Perfect Hat Club team was working out perfectly, until I heard Cooper's now familiar bark. Yo, Fig Newton, how's the cookie business? Oh, pipe down, Cooper, Scooter barked. Doesn't your mouth have an off switch? Much to my surprise, Cooper stopped barking and pretended to be very interested in licking his paw. How did you do that? I asked. Oh, Cooper and I go way back, Scooter smiled. You just have to show him who's boss. I glanced over at Cooper to see how he was handling Scooter's comment. He had stopped practicing, was sitting between Adam's father, Scott, and a woman with big yellow hair and a giant leather purse. Scott was talking to the woman and pointing at our team. As we watched, they began walking towards us. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Miss Janiyah and Carl went over to say hello. Shaking hands and introducing the woman as Eleanor, Scott cleared his throat and said, We hope you won't take offense at what we're going to say. Please accept us in the spirit with which it is intended. And what spirit might that be? Carl asked. He did not look happy. The spirit of friendly competition and sportsmanship, of course, said Scott. I think we can all agree we have an obligation to keep our dogs and children safe. Go on, said Ms. Janiyah. She looked almost as unhappy as Carl. Well, it's just that one of your dogs is known to be a troublemaker. What's a troublemaker?
A troublemaker.
What's a troublemaker? Anybody know?
There is
Someone who makes trouble, right. So which of the dogs do you think they are saying is the troublemaker, Ms. Mathman? Which dog do they think is the troublemaker? Newton, yeah. Do you guys think that Newton's a troublemaker?
No.
No. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, it's just that one of your dogs is known to be a troublemaker. Some team members have even suggested he might be dangerous. You guys think Newton's dangerous?
No.
If you're talking about Newton, Carl laughed, that's ridiculous. There's no need to be rude, said Scott. And then there's the thing about the pink hair, Eleanor said, gesturing towards Megan. First of all, said Ms. Janiyah, holding up her hand to stop them, all of our dogs, including Newton, have been perfectly well behaved at every single practice. And second, I don't see how the color of someone's hair has anything to do with fly ball, unless you think you might be distracted by the color. Hardly, said Eleanor. Then I think we're done here, said Ms. Janiyah. You haven't got a chance, you know, Scott said. Pardon me? Ms. Janiyah said. You heard what he said, Eleanor replied. There's no way your team can compete. You might as well give up. You think they should give up?
No.
I guess that depends on your definition of compete, said Carl. Our goal is to help the kids learn that competitive means doing your best, whether or not you cross the finish line first. Now, if you'll excuse us, Ms. Janaya said, we'd like to finish our practice. Well, I never, Eleanor said indignantly as she walked away. Is my hair a problem? Megan asked when Carl and Ms. Janaya rejoined us. Absolutely not, Ms. Janaya said. Do you think Megan's pink hair is a problem?
No.
I don't think so. But they thought my hair was ugly, said Megan. No, they thought it was different, and that made them uncomfortable. But why? Megan said. Because some people are only comfortable with what they know, Ms. Janaya explained. But that's not your problem, Megan. Your job is to keep being the best you can be. I think your hair rocks, said Jabber. Me too, said Danny. Me three, said Kathy. It's unanimous then, Megan. Don't change a thing. The end. Were you guys surprised that the adults had all these weird ideas about what's good and what isn't good? I was a little surprised by those parents. Were you?
You wrote it, so what the heck?
This is Carlson's class. Were you surprised too?
Yeah. Really surprised.
Yeah, me too. And do you guys agree that it's okay to call our flyball team the Not Perfect Hat Club flyball team?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all of my questions for now. Would you guys like to ask some questions? And you can ask me questions. You can ask the other kids questions. Okay, and let's start with Viviana's class. And then we'll work our way over. You can ask any question of me or the other kids.
They'll ask each of us.
1 second. Can we have 1 minute? We are thinking about this part, about these 2 chapters.
You can ask anything you want. You can ask me about author. You can ask the other kids about where they live. Any question is okay. Just talk loud. Anybody have a question there? Come on up and speak loudly, that's all.
Okay, here we have a question.
Do you like violin? And that's why you choose that.
Oh, that's a great question. That's a good question. Yes, I love the violin, but I can't play it. And every time I try, I sound terrible. It goes, so I admire people who can play the violin. I don't have one. No. I always wanted to play the big bass, you know, the big tall one. The deep sound. I like that. That's a great question. Okay, so Tammy's class. We'll take turns, okay? We'll be back, all right? Tammy's class, you have a question?
Yep.
Yay.
Who you are.
I'm Braden.
Hi, Braden.
Hi, Braden.
What's your question?
Why did you think about Midge going under there and about Kylie saying she's not good and then Jabber going, Everyone get away from the teachers. Sit down, stay up straight.
I think maybe you need to play Jabber, yeah? You would make a great Jabber. That's a good question. So I'm going to ask, I will answer your question, but I'm going to ask some of the other kids to see if they know why I made Midge go underneath the bleachers. Can you guess? Mrs. Hike's class, why do you think I chose to have Midge go underneath the bleachers? What was I trying to talk about?
Midge went underneath the bleachers.
And she was hiding from Kylie and she didn't want to come out, remember?
Do you have any idea why?
Why?
Any ideas? What do you think?
Because she.
Talk loud.
Oh, they're frozen. Okay, go ahead. Really loud.
Because she didn't want to be seen because she was scared.
Ooh, she was scared. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, what about Mrs. Carlson's class? Do you have another idea about why she might have gone under the bleachers? That was a great answer. I'm just trying to get some different ideas.
Come talk loud. Come talk up here. Come talk loud into the microphone.
Yeah. Talk loud.
Talk loud, Brianna.
Because she didn't want to.
She don't play fly ball?
Fly ball.
Because she didn't want to do fly ball. That's another good reason. Anybody in Tammy's class? No, wait. Tammy's class asked the question. How about Viviana's class? Why do you think Midge went under the bleachers?
Can I
Why
answer?
did she hide?
Shall I answer? No, I'm kidding.
Everybody, that was Laura.
Again. Why is it that Midge hides?
Yeah, why did Midge hide under the bleachers?
Midge hides because she don't want to participate in fly ball because she was feeling that she wasn't going to like she wasn't going to be at the same level that the other ones.
Yeah, good. So how many of you, just say yes or no, how many of you have ever had to be picked for a team? For example, baseball or volleyball. Have you ever had to be picked for a team? Okay, and when they were picking teams, nobody picked Midge. Okay, so nobody picked Midge. How would you feel? How would you feel if nobody picked you for the team, Braden? Braden, you asked the question, so that's, come back for a second. How would you feel if nobody picked you for your team?
I wouldn't feel good.
Yeah, how would you feel?
Feel like I'm being left out.
Yes, I think
It's happened multiple times in my life.
yeah, and it doesn't feel good, does it? So I wanted to talk about teams and how to make good teams and what makes a bad team. So bad teams are teams that don't include everybody, but good teams are teams that find a job for everybody. So what was Kylie trying to do when she tried to get Midge to come out from underneath the bleachers? What was she trying to do? Who knows?
Can you repeat the question, Jenna?
I'm wondering what was Kylie trying to do when she gave Midge a treat? And she said, come out, come out, come out. What was she trying to do?
What is Kylie trying to do?
Tell me.
Miss Jenna?
She was trying to what?
Kylie is trying to support she.
Yes, Kylie was trying to support Midge. Mrs. Hikes, what did she want Midge to feel when she came out? Did she want her to feel bad or sad or lonely?
No.
You wanted her to feel what?
I'm sorry, we're having a really hard time hearing and our classes are starting to switch, so it's gonna get loud in here.
Okay. Okay, well, we're almost done, I know. All right, so I think she wanted Midge to feel better and feel good about being on the team, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Mrs. Carlson's class, do you have one more question?
Yes.
We're gonna do one more question from everybody. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, I'm Stella.
Hi, Stella.
How did you come up with the book?
I came up with the book because I was volunteering to read to classes all over the world, and the kids kept talking about being not perfect. They told me that they were messed up, broken, bad, dumb, stupid because they were not perfect. And I thought, that's not true. I need to write a book. You like the book?
Mhm.
It's fun, isn't it? Good question. Okay. Let's see. Mrs. Hikes, got one more question? I know you're switching classes.
Chloe, do you want something? We have a question for the class from Venezuela.
Okay, well, they're Argentina.
I'm sorry, I'm from
They're Argentina. Okay, class from Argentina, they have a question for you. Listen close.
Are there camels in Argentina?
Are there animals in Argentina?
Camels.
Are there camels there?
Camels? Okay. Are there camels in Argentina?
Why did you choose flavor for the story?
Okay, 1 second. Mrs. Hike's class wants to know, do you have camels in Argentina?
No.
No camels.
We have pumas. We have jaguars. We have corneros.
Ooh, you know what? We need a lesson. Jaguars? What are corneros?
Birds, little birds.
Birds. Oh, that's neat.
Build their own nest.
Oh, that's neat. Oh, I like that. Okay. Do you have another question, sweetie? Viviana's class?
Yes, here.
One more.
About flyball.
Okay.
Why did you choose flavor for the story?
Why did I choose flyball for the story? That's a great question because it was all by accident. It was by accident. I found a video. It was an accident. It was an accident. I saw a video on YouTube because I was thinking about doing agility. Do you know agility? Agility for dogs is jumping, catching, hunting, all kinds of different things. But agility is very complicated. And then I saw flyball, and I thought that's perfect. It's perfect because it's a team sport. Great question. All right, one more question from Tammy's class, and then we're done. Let's do it. You guys have one more question? No?
So you did research to find out about flyball?
Yes, I did. Once I saw the team, I saw a video, and I thought, this is so much fun. Then I did research, and there are flyball teams in my area, so I could go watch them. It's really fun in person.
What other kind of preparation did you have for the book? Besides
Oh boy! Well, I researched therapy dogs because I knew Newton should be a therapy dog, and I wanted to find out about what makes a flyball team good, and I wanted to know what kind of people play flyball, and if it was okay for kids to play. And then I researched how to make hats and shirts and shoes. I wasn't sure, so.
Good.
This week, I'm going to ask you guys to make your own flyball team. So you will see colors, logos, hats. You have to choose a name. All right. So I look forward to seeing all of that from you.
That's gonna be hard.
Okay. All right. So I want to say thank you very much for visiting with me. Thank you. And I'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna.
See you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.
This is my chair.
I didn't know how many.